Today, I'm gonna roll the entrance to Floppy Bunny.
You got this.
Hey, it's Meg.
And Steve, welcome to Hardtail Life.
I have this personal goal where I want to ride Big Smooth, and I want to progress up through some rolls and make my way towards that big feature.
All right, Meg, so Floppy Bunny is a trail that's quite low down on Mount Frome. It's one of the first trails you ride by when you climb, but this entrance behind us here, it's a doozy.
It sure is, and you know, for many people riding around this beautiful like side entrance, or what would it be called, a ride around?
Ride around?
Yeah, it's so good, you know, love the entrance, and that is even a little bit challenging, right? Like it's, you know, a solid blue, I would say, to do that. But the Floppy Bunny entrance has been rebuilt and it's very nice now. The run out is like beautiful, like the masonry or whatever you would call it, the masonry?
Rockwork?
Rockwork is so great. Like it's so beautiful. So I'm excited to try that.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a compound roll. So you have like one roll into it, you gotta recompose yourself and then you gotta dive in again. So let's go take a look.
Let's do it.
All right, so this is the first part of the Floppy Bunny entrance. Just a ladder roll, pretty mellow.
Yeah.
Especially on a day like today where I think the wood is quite grippy.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this here?
This feels totally fine. The only thing that I am like, okay, I will pick up some speed going down this.
That's right.
Right? And then I will get scared.
Yeah.
And I will want to brake.
Yeah.
Excessively.
Okay.
Which will then not be as good.
Right.
So what would you suggest? Like, I don't want to jump the second part by accident.
Yeah. Let's not do that today. So you're right. So on this part here, while you're on the ladder, don't try to stop your bike from picking up speed. It just will, right? Your brakes are very powerful, but the grip isn't all there.
Yeah.
So if you go on your brakes, you will just slide, and either you manage a slide or you kind of fishtail out.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is to just accept that.
Okay.
So knowing that you are traction limited here and keeping in mind that you will pick up speed, you're looking for basically where to scrub that speed. So you have rocks and you have, you know, packed dirt. So
yeah,
it's actually quite nice to scrub your speed right after this. So you're on your brakes, you're feathering.
Yeah.
Right? So you're just trying to maintain that contact. Once you're off the ladder, you should be able to scrub speed pretty hard right there.
Okay.
Okay. So that's part one. Part one. Let's take a look at part two.
Okay.
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 Part two.
Yes. So it's very steep. So I'm thinking that it will feel like kind of scary, you know, to go through here. But I feel like the transition looks really good. You know, the wheels will just roll out like they were born to do that. So as long as I don't get in the way by like braking and ruining everything, it should be fine.
More or less. More or less. And I want you to notice that it's steep here on the ladder, but the angle mellows out on the rock. The rock, yes, they're like, you know, it's a rock garden technically, but it's actually quite well done.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's almost like cobblestone.
Yeah.
Right? Which, like you said, your 29ers will eat that up, no problem.
Okay, so we go down and it's like, what is the body position like that I'm aiming for here?
Okay, so I feel like when I roll in,
Okay,
right,
okay.
I'm kind of like, you know, in like a neutral position, but right as I get to here, I want to get low, like right before, and then when my wheel goes over, I kind of like let the wheel go a little bit, and then I kind of go with it, and then I try to stay in a position that's like ready for absorbing bumps.
So what I'm hearing you saying is that you just do it right, just do it right.
Yeah, can you just do it right? Oh, easier said than done. Anyways, how do you feel?
Great, yeah, I'm just gonna go do it right and no big deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it right.
Okay. All right, Steve,
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Woohoo! Yo! Woo!
You did it!
Yeah!
All right, editor Steve here. I'm looking at the footage in slow motion. I'm not a coach, but I can tell something's up, but I can't quite put my finger on it. So I think in the next episode, we're gonna enlist the help of our good friend and coach, but stay tuned for that. Okay, how did it feel?
It was so awesome. Like, seriously, so awesome. I don't know, like, what all the fuss was about. Like, why was I so nervous? I did skid at the beginning. I definitely had some scary braking.
You were finding the edge of your traction, the limits of your grip.
Using the Maguras to their full extent. But I felt like, you know, just once you commit, you just go over, and I didn't even notice that it was steep. Like, it just felt so smooth. Like, it didn't even feel steep. Is that weird?
No, I think that's a common, that's not an uncommon sensation. Like, once you've done something, you're like, what's the fuss all about? But that goes to show it's all in here, right? But you got to build up to it. You got to earn that. You got to earn that confidence, work on those skills. And then once you've done it, you're like, I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so fun. Like, I can see why people mountain bike. Like, it was so exhilarating, and like, you feel like you're on the top of the world there for a second.
Until you go down the roll. Then you're on the bottom, but it's all good.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Maybe Big Smooth next, or?
Well, you know, I don't know if Steve shared my checklist, but I have a very detailed checklist of all the rolls. So
stay tuned for the next episode. Will she take on Big Smooth next? Find out. Anyways, if you're relatively new to riding, but you love it and you want to do it all the time, then you've come to the right place.
we're eager to ride all the trails and learn all the things. So please subscribe and follow along on our mountain biking adventures.
Thanks for watching, and
See you in the trails!
Yes! How was
Yes! Yes! I am the champion! Okay, I'm done now. That was awesome.